Do you know what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen?
What? Yeah! Poetry!
Oh man, Tuesday is here again. And so are you, my beloved poets, my generous and supportive audience. It is official. As of Sunday, summer is here. The cold is gone. The warm is done. The heat is here. And this little back room on this itty bitty stage, though it is small, it provides a large presence. A presence where? At page 2 poetry at Cush Cafe in the soul of Eugene, Oregon. I am James Otter, your host and stanky overlord extraordinaire. Quick show of hands. How many of you have been to page 2 poetry before? Oh, fuck yeah! Ah, you are awesome. Thank you. How about you newcomers? How many is it your first time here? Oh, badass. I don't even advertise. You guys rock. Someone is spreading the word. I love it. Ah, you bring this scene to life. Y'all came for poetry? Fuck yeah. In fact, fucking fuck yeah. If you're offended by swearing, well, too bad. That's what we do here because it's fun. I don't censor. Poetry is an inspiring habit. I have met countless people who just watching this silly, grainy, glitchy show online. It's glitchy, not real life. I don't think. Have become inspired and courageous enough to join the show. Do you love it? Damn straight. For those of you who are new here, this is important information to know. 1, all works must be original. All poets are given 8 minutes with a final paragraph slacklined, meaning if the buzzer goes off and you only have 1 paragraph left, you may finish your poem. This is not a competition. This is a loving environment. Part of keeping this a loving environment is supporting the poet. Please try not to walk out on a performer if possible. As well, do not interrupt said performer. I mean, if you have to use the bathroom or something, I'm not a fascist. You can use the bathroom.
Oh, thanks.
Nah, I'm kidding. I can't do that. That's illegal in most of the state. But, you know, I mean, if I don't catch you, you're fine. I don't edit for context. So neither should you. You know, I mean, don't be freaking hateful, but say what you want. I don't define what poetry is. All of you are awesome. You make this scene, and we make it awesome together. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Fucking fuck yeah. I will start us up with a brand spanky new poem related to my book series that may one day come out. He bridges the gaps. His hands are cold, not like ice, not like fire, cold like a lead pipe. His eyes are dark. They don't register emotion. The lights are off, but someone is inside holding an unseen object, a bat with nails. His teeth bring up images of sewer rats and the deep innards of a long abandoned military base. His skin is thick like a catcher's mitt, worn out, leathery. His tongue is this pink, scaly, shriveled thing, crumbling out of his mouth. His lips like blackened steam kettles. When he speaks, the world begins to corrode. Statuesque doesn't begin to describe the likeness he has to Adonis or David or those guys who paint themselves silver. His legs are long, beastly things. Like a cephalopod, they shine, and he is the grime, and he is the morning after, and he is the bridge that collapses. His name is not yet a swear word, but it has reason to be one. Shale. Shale. A creature once man. A creature who had a family, but no heart, no love, just function. Like the springs in a switchblade, like the stick in the tire, like the screen with the hypnotic commercials. Shale, who controls the fifth element that is construction, constricted and limited. Shale, who summons the vacuum to clean the skin right off your face. He just stares and murders efficiently. The sun does nothing for him. His parents were idealists and cult fanatics. Shale was not love or hate. Shale is meticulous apathy, a creature of contradiction. Just like all of us, I suppose. All of us who get lost in the outskirts, the outlawed desert beyond space and time, with its giant Japanese hornet nests, stinging bushes, and the sweet fragrance of sage everywhere. In a place where the ants struggle and the radiation microwaves our cars, where the soil has many colors and nobody seasons their instant cornmeal because the ground is already salted. Places where the ground is bone and asphalt. Shale lives in the hungriest mud, and he travels beneath the back of my thoughts. Shale, who can control himself, who drifts the psyche in this frontier of desolation. Shale, who is not afraid, he who makes even shadows that much darker. Deep, deep, abysmal pits, into the crowded, heavy underground, where the sandworms never starve. We are all drifting. I am drifting awake between the land of the living and the subconscious realm of all my fears. Facing myself, I start to question whether Shale was ever truly my brother. And it leads me back to that interstate years ago. Back to my first train. Why I ran away. And when was it that I forgot or pretended to forget? Where I rewrote history and escaped that dry hopelessness, that coarse, unfriendly ground. And where was I for my little brother, cursed with tantrums, cursed to destroy all in his past, blessed to numb his teeth, dull his senses? I must find him, Tornado, the one who drinks and drinks and will never die from it. Me, I died 2 years ago, the day the train hit me, the day me and my companion were cut in half, and I woke up outside a burning town. I swear I saw him. I swear it. Shale with gray skin and hair like acid-washed shorts. I acquired tools for survival and awoke again. I searched for somewhere with fresh air. The closest place I found was a frozen lake. It was snowing ash when I blacked out again. I had a machine gun that played music, and I needed a way to dull my senses. Then he came with dirt on his face and a pair of broken glasses. He came with burned clothing and a duster. His eyes were torn asunder, tears hidden either from the smoking hell or worse, and the other came first. My companion dog, an orange Akita with a funny bark. It was a nice change of pace. We all sat under the bridge, smoking the dead world equivalent of nicotine, ready to get out of town. I woke up inside more and more, and the name Shale lay dormant in the back of my head. Underneath the stars, Shale. He was my older brother. My little brother was a tornado, and I am a mirror. He who came to me is a noble heart and a brave coward, chased by his own demons made manifest. And I followed him past a tree full of shoes and a skinless lion in the mountains, until I found myself hanging from a wall with the past and the truth of where we were going, bashing through the ancient woods. I am the mirror, and my hometown wants me back. It wants me to bring him back to someone in my hometown. My brother waits, but which one? For now, I just need to trust my gut and follow the vision. Follow the Martian soil back into the hurricane. I can never tell my companion. He has to find out on his own. Now we sleep. I a mirror and him the blind. All right. Thank you. Yes. Yes, I am writing a book series. I don't know when it's coming out, but it's called Sidewalk Charlie. It's pretty badass. I might read more from it someday. Anyway, enough about me. Now it's time for Andrew to get up on the stage.
Some of you old-timer page one poetry people will recognize this poem. Also performed while tripping acid at Tsunami. Death is the elephant in the room we spread our tablecloth on to drink tea and have conversation. We talk politics, poetics, and philosophical antics like phantasm pirates dining in a sunken ship just east of the Atlantic. We have already died, but are living out our lives as if for the first time, and cackle as we dine, the fire crackling behind. In the hearth the turbine blows, our souls know how to keep a secret. We have woken up many times before and fallen asleep again, and dreamt that we were awake and go about the everlong day of one life, anticipating the night. We are the light we walk into and the darkness all around. And circumspect, the spirit inspects the ground we tread of insects. No less than soul, no more than flesh, no less than will, no more than instincts, no more than dirt, no less than God. No defects to correct, but artistic embellishment envelops thick, perfect hopes, elaborate intersects. To write in fonts instead of plain characters. Paint and plant founts and plains to pull front the ocean and the sky. up to my lips and lean over to give you a sip. Then kiss with wet lips lit up by it, the drink in my cup, the life that's on tap. We are imbibing ancient substances without expiration date. Adam drank from this, Abraham drank from this, Vishnu drank from this, Buddha drank from this, Jesus drank from this, Muhammad drank from this, Joseph Smith drank from this, God and us drink from this, and we and they shall drink again. As eons come and go without witness to attest, the multiple circles that have passed from rest to unrest and detest to rest unnoticed again. The blessed substance is the same, the waters we drink and ripple effects. From biosphere to atmosphere, from geosphere to hydrosphere again, from mental sphere to heaven sphere, from sphere to sphere and here again, to there again and here. I can stand at the beach, forest behind me, and before that a city I hear, ocean before me, and beyond that many continents akin. Doting at the scape of these tween two systems of life with their own histories a grin of what they've seen and how many things they like clay molded over and over again have been. When after then heavens birth these twin havens for humans to find homes as it happens, and again thrown into the hearth fire to start over again, we walk in with them and purge the dross from our skins again, and lost within men's competitions that they should imagine their talented actions could supersede the repetitions, that their abilities are anything more than the orbits of planets and snowflakes of seasons and occasions for liaisons to intercede between time and space, and thereby make the film eternal all to come. Possibilities, actualities, repetitiously unending, the undying flame. This is not the first time this poem has been written. This is not the last time you will occupy right now. Look up to the skies and see the clouds form and dissipate, and think of that through infinite past, and picture future plants, the seeds for life of which exist inside to make a switch a million times. The planets and persons not accept, but part of this, they germinate and wait late for harvest to be ate by fate and mate with death. Chime in once more. All possibilities, all combinations, all possible rhymes and situations to love and hate, destroy and create, be sane and deranged, fail and succeed, the growing lore. Read these as prearranged unfolding letters foreread. The decades, like the ages, like the seasons, like history, like untold millennia, memoirs remembered again. Like you and me, how many times have we seen? I into thee, thee into me, and been what? In these scenes to each other's newborn eyes. How many times we mistake to take our slivers and call them sculptures or scriptures, and miss the services of predators, malefactors, detractors, refracting, protracted tracts of tracks that tick but no longer attract packs between life forms beneficence. The cycle of rebirth and death in the carcass, the pack omnipotent. Ignorance, the signatures of the craftsman statues, omniscience, and the boat we're on, statutes about to resurrect, and us live our little lives again, omnipresence. And I'll sit across from you and dine on this elephant from India and comment. I've never tasted anything like this before, but it seems so familiar. And between ambiance and you there, I nearly call it divine. Thank you.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Yeah. I haven't dined on elephant meat either. But that was fantastic. I've heard that poem a few times, but I gotta say, that was probably the best rendition of it I've ever heard. Well done. Oh, what's this? Narrowly dodging the time limit? For those of you who can't tell, this is what it sounds like. That's the buzzer. That's the alarm. Anyway, we have a newcomer. Woo! So let's give a warm, welcoming round of applause for Patrick. Oh! Through the poetry slot. Yes. Welcome.
Come on.
All that not need be. How many of us have questioned if this world was real? The simple understanding that we can do this tells us that it is not. For what is real is certain, with question of its authenticity impossible. For what is real is known. We compartmentalize things between good and evil. We even do this with dreams. We understand dreams are not real, so why do we insist upon labeling them? If a dream is not real, it is neither good nor bad, for it is nothing. If something is real, then it is true. I'm nervous as shit right now. If something is real, then it is true. What is true must be constant and eternally always. For it to change at all, then it is no longer true. The changing of this world shows us that it is not true. Our body seeing is perception. Perception becomes linked with judgment. For what we see, we call to past experiences and past learning to try to help us understand what we perceive. How is calling upon the past to what we view now anything but delusional? When we forget all of our past and look at anything now, what do we see? We see nothing. A senseless form with no meaning, yet given to it at all. Yet when we look upon another and let our minds be open, we will see what is truly there. For truth is not of this world, yet it is reflected if we remove our perception and let it be as it is. And when we see that truth, we know it is real without question. For it has always been. It is a memory of now, a friendly reminder of what we are. When we look into another's eyes, what is reflected but ourself? End paradox.
Well done. I commend you. You know? Because you know what? Despite popular belief, getting in front of a crowd of people and talking is actually terrifying to a large number of people. And I commend all of you who have the courage to come up here. You know, well done, Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is now Colin's time. Summon you, summon you, summon you, summon you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jakes. No, thank you.
Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy summer.
Tuesday.
I'm going to read something from the winter. Many, many winters ago. It's from a book. It's called One Night I Walked Downtown in the Late Night. Downtown. One night I walked downtown in the late night. I had taken the wrong bus to the wrong park in the wrong city and ended up a great deal east of where I had always wanted to be. The bus system shut down. It was a few minutes before midnight. After I was alone, the bus gone to some garage, I played hopscotch along the edge of the skyscraping Atlanta madness. I was not interested in looking for sleep or food. I felt less attached to these things. I was unfamiliar with this territory. I walked north, up through downtown, down through uptown. I was looking for beauty or tragedy, or for anyone denying or affirming or blooming or burgeoning with a rank of roses in the massive concrete garden of modern living. The impersonal masses crunching down on their pop culture, either by stealing it or making their own by way of silent gunfire in the smokestacks of time. I walked downtown. I met a crackhead. He had a cracked head. He didn't have a name. Rather, he had many names, and I wasn't sure if anyone else had ever called him by any of these names. He asked me for $1. "Excuse me, sir. You gonna get your $1?" I said, "No." Then he turned away, gazing deeply into the motions of another person nearby. When he turned back to me, it was as if he'd already forgotten we'd just spoken. "Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question?" You just did, man. We got $1 between us, you know? All right. He was quick-paced and choppy in his movements and his speech. We stood outside of adjacent upscale bars uptown, and to my surprise, most of the customers appeared to be younger than me. My new friend lit a dark pipe, placing a yellow flame to charred white stone. He smoked intermittently, offered the pipe of hell hash to me. "You want some more weed?" But I knew it wasn't weed and felt no need to indulge in that particular version of poison. Each hit from the pipe blew a torrent over the sidewalk like infomercial interludes on late-night sitcom America. He broke in quick, electric sentences with a hard bite. He stood his ground, ultra-hip con man, with fantastic speech that became increasingly contorted with each hit. His words chortled off his charcoal tongue and crumpled as they met my ears. He may have been planning to pick my pocket, but I wasn't afraid because I had nothing of value. He spoke without taking breaths or pausing between ideas. "Hey, say, Judge, what truth is?" He called not to me, but at me, or even into me. "Yeah, man," I said. "I don't know anything about all that." "Truth! You know what I'm talking about. People do you disrespecting all the time, man. They come here and motherfucker me out. Blast, bam, man, don't even know, all right? You know, you shoot God. She ain't even know about God. I mean, I gotta break the Bible, man. Jesus came back, took me with him, and all we got at hearts. Man, the hearts and anger, and all they be respecting all the time. I don't know what they found. Man, they don't even matter. This motherfucker, man. You know. I believe you, I said. And I don't know why I actually did believe him. He seemed at least as genuine as the Bible-slinging peanut galleys I'd met in Birmingham. See, man, people walking by, man, just living in bullshit, you know. I can tell my eyes fucking man, because God gave me the power. And you know, I was using my man at the ATM at the 9 to fuck him up. He ain't give me my shit. But you know, I make my own money now. I smoke crack, some weed, fucking PCP. I eat fucking mushrooms, fucking smoker crack. You want some of this here? He's offering me a smoke again. I pretended I hadn't even heard him. A trio of clean young men walked by, and crackhead preacher accosted them. He said, no, could not figure it out. I could not have foreseen that he would use any or all props available to stage his con man sentence. He rapped like a vulture. "School me, fellas. My name's Devon, and this here Johnny, and we just trying to head out of town, down the Gulf. My sister lives there, you know. And we're going a long way. We get down the road. We got that red truck over there. It's got that boot on it. All we need is a 6334 to get it all we need. We got $70. We got as much as we got. You got any change on the way? We can help us. We'll get out of here. No time to say, all right." These kids were desperately trying to get out of this situation, but Devon blocked the sidewalk with his quick and confrontational demeanor. He was trying to split them apart, separate one from the pack. The kids had strength in numbers, but their strength was failing. All I need is 94 cents. Devin looked like he was about to stab him. Fiery eyes ablaze, his soul possessed by neon white cane sugar rock of crack passions. He flung his arm to and fro like a politician blaspheming about the needs for higher taxes to support a military budget. It was obvious that the kids could afford no further conflict with this abrasive crack fiend. They were scared, terrified, having been crack smacked out of their days, and they were dreaming now, somewhere far away, walking in the blissful steps, wearing their designer jeans and fresh track jackets. They had a lot to lose. Their faces lost their charm, that is, that pungent, romanticized sex of social status. Each kid took turns shooting me a look to try and figure out where my allegiance was. In the rush of the scene, I became a pure spectator, tired and calm, yet consumed by this thrill, this knowing that I alone would not fall victim to this harsh peddling. Only because he knew I didn't have anything of value, or maybe because he was a direct channel for God and his God had my back. It's tough to know these things. I just stared at the master of puppets, hard at work, wearing the faded suit of life, clocking in and out of the office, at work, at the desk of his obsessions. The short kid farthest from the street curb reached for his wallet, paused, quickly placed it back into his left rear pocket and said, "Can't let the crazy see how much money I actually have, better to lie and say we're broke and then just go over to the bar where they're charging cover at the door." "Sorry, man, good luck though." As they scattered quickly, he accosted them, dipping into the bunker of anonymity under the onslaught political armaments of Devon's street hustle. Each kid slipped past like a vagabond under the turnstiles, only to dance up to the side of the entrance of the bar toward beautiful women and vodka martinis, away from having to feel the shit of the real life parading down upon their good time. The short kid turned back just as Devon's focus shifted to another unsuspecting group of white privilege.
I want to hear the rest of this. I really like it. I like all of it, but come on, finish.
All right.
Finish. This is fucking awesome.
Here you go, man, he said, handing me a laser inkjet photocopy of Abraham Lincoln. Thanks, dude. Indeed, a wallet full of greenery corned beef hash. Meanwhile, Devon failed another sales pitch and came back to our Oval Office on the street curb. He had his head on a swivel. I took off a hit off his pipe and looked around the streets, shuffling the client files in his briefcase to tally some stats concerning the latest shittiest corner of his occupation. See, they all fucking lie, man. You know, you breathe a couple puffs of smoke, and smoke a little crack, and, you know, and it's true, motherfuckers be lying, man. They all going to hell. That shit's for sure. They all fucked up. When a motherfucker, man, they're trying to see God, they didn't even know, man. He twitched now more violently than before. His arm curled up under his chin, and he looked like he was trying to scratch his nose with his elbow. And God will lead me in the truth, but all those motherfuckers, man, they were reading the good books, man. They scared of God and shit and fucking blast them, man. He eat that motherfucking breakfast. Hey, fucking bitch. Fucking bitch ass fuck. He yelled at the woman who stood in the parking lot of the bar. She was stroking a recently purchased Mustang convertible like a sort of sex toy or a computer or a plastic shrub in a doctor's office. Devon yelled, "Screw me this! Nah, you're the most beautiful woman I ever seen, and that's no joke. I ain't playing because a girl like you, oh, you're an angel among us." And he spoke to me under his breath. She already giggling, you know. She likes it. Well, she's being noticed. And again to her, "You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I ain't lying because you're the real deal. Say, keys, $1 tonight, cause I need to introduce myself. I'm Jeffrey. This here's who we are. We was just trying to get away, and Mama lives there, you know. I was so I need to get back and get some money." And she's just giggling, and she walked back into the bar, paying cash for cover charge. I wondered what kind of spiritual experience Devon was having. How? Save the weight it took for him to judge others so harshly while justifying his inclinations to lie to them so recklessly. I wanted to know him more. I could have questioned this celestially seasoned morality, but I thought he might then make an attempt on my life, so I never pressed it. There is something uncontrollably demented about the psyche that emerges from the depths of a crack binge. The center for moral engagement seems to become severed, and one's moral scope implodes, and all that remains is a grasping to anything powerful, or at least an uncontrollable desire for another hit. Looks exactly the same as with money and with profit, but whatever it is, I must forgive.
Awesome. Oh, that was so awesome. Yeah. Good Lord. I also really like the phrase hell hash. That is a great term for crack. Like, just like, not enough, I don't hear enough poetry about crazy guys on crack. That is fantastic. True story? Was that a true story? Oh, well done. You got out okay. Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't think I really think the whole time limit thing's kind of funny. Anyway, we have yet another new person tonight. So give your love and attention to Draco. Enter through the poetry slot. Welcome, welcome.
So this is a new perspective. Okay. I have a short poem I wrote back in 2011 in early November at a fundraiser for Occupy Eugene. And it just sort of came to me. It was inspiration that came out of nowhere seemingly. And I don't know, it came with all of the bits and pieces of everything that I've learned on my spiritual path to that point. So, once upon a time, there was a thought with a rhyme. The rhyme was a word and the word was heard. Boom! The universe exploded into being. Macrocosm, microcosm, as above is what you're seeing. Without distraction, this happened and flows. But arisen is a disruption that no one knows. The definition of apocalypse is show, unveiled or reveal. The disruption is being unveiled. The apocalypse is real. But fear not, my fellow stardust of the universe, for indeed the meek shall inherit the earth. With peace and love, we wage war against evil. Then it begs the question, what is evil? Evil is simply good that hasn't lived long enough. In this light, we fight with love that is tough. Once upon a time, there was a thought with a rhyme. The rhyme was a word so strong it's absurd. A reflection of above, right here below. The closer we get, the stronger the flow. The stronger the flow, the closer we get. The circle of life is a straight line without this. This what? This word, the presence, the power, the unconditionality of the word in reality, the essence of life, the word is love. Thank you.
Fuck yeah! A lot of that. Word is love. All right. Now it is Mo's turn to come to the stage.
Come on, Mo!
Come on up. Oh, I know you can do it. I know you can. We love you. Mo's been coming since Carry On It, Cush, and keeps coming to page 2, and it's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
So now the stage is yours.
Give him now.
Youth thing is getting old. What? I think I can write that.
Put some old thing on us.
I am. Actually.
Slam the old.
I've got an old thing going here. Okay, in fact, aging is a lot like that. A bike passed my bike today, zoomed and zigzagged around me and up onto the sidewalk for a bit. I'm guessing he was a street guy because his bike buddies were pulling a trailer full of crap and no one had a helmet on. I had a helmet. I was hunkered down in a helmet. No risks. Bike man carried a 6-foot pole and ran it along the metal bars of a fence. I looked up because it rang out Aboriginal chimes, kid music. I nearly missed it calling to me because my soul is aging so loudly, worrying about getting old and getting fat. Bike man swerved and steered one-handed. His sloppy, careless, or maybe carefree child grin is what brought me back, thankfully. Walking into a restaurant, my lover asks from behind me, "Where'd you get those Daisy Dukes?" I didn't even know. They were short shorts. I remember when how long my shorts were or weren't was neither here nor there, as we old folks like to say. Now it is something I guess I have to think about. I don't want to appear as if I'm trying to young it down. Nothing worse than an old lady trying to look too young. People remind me in a tisk tisk sort of way. Warn me might be a better choice of words. Hard not to want to push my too exposed butt cheeks in a contrary direction back at them. I don't resent aging. It's a gift, not all are given. I'm just having difficulty expressing how much I hate the constraints slapped on a woman my age. By me and by others, it's a learned response and it harms. It's tamped down, it's stubborn harm. Tisk, tisk. I heard a prayer the other day, let me not die while I am still alive. I thought of no helmet wearing bike man and wonder if hobos and vagabonds have really given up, as some are certain of, or if it's the opposite. Have they let go of unrequited requirements? Is there an unwinding fountain of youth ribbon to this? Might we lean into echoes? Bye, bye, hello, hello, hello. I can't decide if I'm more afraid of what is inside me, judgment of my aging, or what surrounds me, judgment on this aging. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were is a serious load of crap for me because the tug, the centrifugal force even, surrounding us only pretends that it doesn't matter. It is similar to when people say they don't mind if you are bad at golf. Please come play, they beg. Then everyone looks all stern and puckered up at each poorly executed swing. Aging is a lot like that.
I really admire all you poets because it's like I learn something new every day, and there are these questions, and I just am like, I really need to think about all that, and I advise you do the same. Anyway, come on up to the stage, Slash. Oh, come on now, let's give a bigger round of applause.
A soul searcher stepped out into a misty fog, found his soulmate, and together they watched the mist move on. The soul searcher looked into her eyes and saw all that he had dreamed for, even noticed that she was the core of what made him think, breathe, and be. Every move that he made became his focus to keep them together, to keep the sparkle in her eye, those beautiful gray blue eyes. The soul searcher was by no means perfect, but wanted to love her for as long as she lived. The soulmate had her doubts and stayed strong. The soulmate was full of adventure and true reality. The soul searcher wanted to learn more and really didn't want to do wrong. Together they conquered all things, and together they moved on through all trials and tribulations. Each time they looked into each other's eyes, they just knew they were meant to be together. The thousands of words that really can't explain how anything happens in the world. They move on as one, wandering and wondering, where does love come from? How long will each of us be here? Is the people that shed tears Are they the real ones with the real questions of the true universe? Will the tears of a soul searcher water the green, green grass that we all seek? Will each of our souls truly keep the fire burning at the core of the whole planet? Or will each of us let the fire burn out before we even make the bridge home? Let's take that breath that keeps us going till our lungs till your lungs are full. Walk forward towards what made you here in the first place. The world is your oyster shell filled with the sands of time, waiting to see the light, to shine the beauty inside. The world around love is a cave of wonders filled with many lost questions and answers, just waiting for a mastermind to want the answers to the questions. The world is so many things. Grab a hold and never let go. For each soul is waiting for the last tick of the clock. Is all the waiting worth what is here on this planet? Or have all soul searchers found that the higher power is just not done with us? Have any found what they are waiting for? Is our true love washed up on the shore, or our destiny that we seek for sure? With impossibilities and possibilities of this world, something as precious as love itself answers another drifting soul, filling minds with salvation, giving the hope to make lovers whole.
Oh man, beautiful imagery too. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Stephen. Stephen. Come on up to the stage. Come on, we love you. Wait, dude, don't quit. Don't quit.
I have two poems. If I don't get too sweaty, maybe I'll just read one. I hold the tusk of an elephant with legally important trees. I bend my knees to support the blown off chores with irresponsible remorse. I should have gone to the store 4 days ago, but I never go. Stop. But it's bad that I blow the pack. Cigarettes and paycheck never bring it back. Can I save it? No. Like I said, I got no flow. Of humanity, standing eyes, dark circle, prevent vanity clearly. Of no highs, no hurt. I'll spend a day wishing propane, Hank Hill, kind of insane. The normal life desired, tired of this incense and days. And the haze-laced, grazy cows holding themselves down with no frowns but self-reception. Intervention is never down. With the Everclear spilled on the ground, we never hear sound because our ears are blocked with selective listening now. I said last week that my pops popped off wisdom in the troves, but I didn't listen, not. I smoke pot, fuck it all, take a break and rot. Head fill up in an unimportant spill and cups and a faucet running overflow with knowledge and memories gone. So fucked, so I write it down so I know. Day to day, every same struggle, plain to say, I really needed that daily cuddle with the lonely sleep in my teeth grinding neat. I'm used to see it, but no pity, fuck with me. I'm ready for a bite and my gums are itchy. And we'll talk afterwards in a fire circle, and afterwards I'll walk till it hurts and Urkel. Got nothing on this awkward talk with the flock geese between the knees and hot. Trickle, dickle in the middle, release semen to the sound of a fiddle. Classical music, fuck, I'm drunked up and I never feel enough. With the iron heart and bad lungs that I both traded them in for fun. But I'm here to be the #1, and I still haven't heard if the opposition bought a gun, but either way I'm ready, come at me, I'm in the sun. I'll be on the roof chewing dinner in the winner's circle with the sexual demon fritter, pitter-patter on the corrugated roof and the rhythm of the rain. I miss the winter excuses to be socially uncouth because I got a quota to maintain. I said I stayed inside because my mind was sensitive to stimulate, but that don't stop my jive. I plug it in anywhere because I'm feeling a little hate. And even though I go, it's a cause of reeling. When I'm in my bed feeling slow, I think I still gotta go. But I take a rest to feel the best, and it's clear to see Jacob. He said he porked in the earth like a jetty between the barrier and sea divided. Dope. I respect that divide. The bait track, footprints in the sand, single file pile walked behind a bigger man. And if you leave early, fuck, it's called plans, man. I didn't, but he shot a death glare, and even if your kid's acting out, damn. Respect till it's not easy to drop a lot. Yeah, I know it's summer and it's hot, but stick around. But maybe not. Because who am I to decide where they stay, but I still get pissed if they take off the rest of the day for other activities. Live and see it was this obvious rhyme, but I still took it with grin and teeth with my Eugene state of mind. And I mean, truck to bed, stumble, dead, pass out, relique clout with crippled ghosts and dribbled hosts, unwanted but still present. And the less than effervescent tribe of mind fuck community lose it. But groove it with independent and made it, so choose it. But you don't belong, you single sparrow fucking song. You work to break bongs. An ultra Megatron transformer life adapting to the mics. I was new at this nervousness. Chewing loose lyrics, but the big shift ego trip lifted, and I hope it's good enough on top of this. And the wiggle down dance around 80s night had no frowns, relief is cynical, cylindrical, Down syndrome looks hooked beneath brows. I mean, eye contact, heightened gaze up, that leg locked attack, spite spurned a dance craze hug. And we're all here hopefully for the same reason. I hope to ropes fully satisfied self-demeanors, but it's all good because you go home and hide behind the couch and you pass out in a hoodie, son. But like I said, I'm tired of the dead-eyed zombie life, trifle with strife and flirt with energy workings, learning tireless legs, deserving a good meal. And you can seal the deal with some money, but I yield to easier resolution because conflict's a big deal. But whatever, happens because today's day's sum is the same, the summer and the heat, no big deal. We're not dead, and at least we're still alive today.
Yeah!
And this next one is a bunch of older poems that you might have heard before. And it's called Second Genesis. Because we were breaking metaphysical teeth with our fists on beats to see us rip and trip and lessen one of impressions by controlling the bipolar's highs and dips. And I knocked big flips and fists with the people down to rip, and I broke my wrist for tricks to test on lips and guzzled gulps with no sips. And the opposition I'm winning for my pariah proposition, I twisted your ties and made mine to be because my sin's forgiven. And thirsty for the flips, I got my sights on the top of skate madness, Cro-Magnon, Crunkster, Colossus ripped until it's gone. But rough ignition, sticky engine, you're gonna drop in, tough decision. But you went and jumping, living, burning, pinners, wrecking limbs, afterward limping and wincing. And then afterwards, Netflix and dead chicks passed out on the couch, pillow sticks with dried saliva hanging out of their fucking mouth. And homie stumbled into the room with his dick hanging out. But we all shared a laugh, because I guess that's what youth is about. And now I'm half bent on accents, you puncture needles and skin, and I'm pushing pressure nerves in between where my spaces and cells begin. And neurological constable, he told me, son, take your time. You got a lot of years ahead of you. Don't think you're gonna die. So fuck it, the Doombringer, he can take a nap himself. And I told my demons, put your whips and flails and chains up on a shelf. I'm trying to chill and we can hang, but if you start to get rough, I'll conjure apparition defense, fight myself, it ain't so tough. But fuck it, my lungs have pumped gallons of fun, and I still haven't heard if I made #1. I dipped in the marsh to find the strong roots, but waters hide much, and I'm seen as food. For the feast of validation, it's a state for brain claiming. But this thoughtless regurgitation of how everything's changing, catharsis is in you, I don't care, no one else really does. So do it for yourself, because you're all you've got.
That was awesome, and he's repping the Otters. There we go. Because I'm James Otter. Anyway, Gabriel.
Go, Gabriel!
Gabriel! Come up to the stage. Here he comes. Here he comes. Any second now. Any second now. Here he comes.
As always.
Nope, just pay no attention to that. That's from the last round. Hold on. Go ahead. Oh, you.
It's a pleasure.
I was gonna read a poem today, and now I don't feel like reading that poem. So, fuck.
Yeah.
Um,
Improv.
I've never done that up here.
You could.
Improv.
You can do it. Improv.
Let's try that.
Improv.
Yeah. Okay.
No
Yeah, I
pressure.
feel it.
The humming mental engine. The force-fed parabola paradox imploding and exposing itself. The reflective evanescence, reminiscence ingesting itself again and again and again for fun. Because it's summer, the solstice is inviting you to take off your clothes. I'm sweating so fucking much. I'm not used to this. I'm from New Mexico. The sun like dries that shit there. Now I got sun and wet and I'm just letting it out. You know? Oh man, and hair. I have never had this much hair before. Are you aware that if you tear the hair grows back? Are you aware that if you snap the rubber band snaps back? Are you aware that this is this and that is that, but actually that's a fact? No, it's not. Who said that? Who said anything? And why do we listen to them? Just because they're printed in a book. Nowadays, I can print my own fucking book. And that's easy. People used to have to like write that shit out by hand and shit. Like it was really fucking hard to produce a book back then. I can like write a shitty poem and put it on YouTube. That's cool. Never before have we existed in a world where an individual can walk upon a stage, say whatever they want, and have it be broadcasted and projected to an entire planet of ant monkeys. That's unique. That's unique. And it doesn't always smell great. Sometimes it's very funky, you know? But we like the funk. I went to India once, and I don't say that to brag. I say that because, damn, India's fucked up, dude. But it is so cool. I mean, if I'm sweating now, whew, India is like being inside of a vagina, like entirely, like your whole body.
That's why you meditate.
Can you imagine that? We all did that once, and that's why I know what that feels like. Because we all came out of vaginas. It's the truth. And now a lot of us spend our whole lives just trying to get back in that shit. You know? Like, what's up with that? It's a trip to be alive. Flesh, grade school, coffee. God damn, I love coffee.
Fuck yeah.
You guys are beautiful. Thank you.
Oh boy, I tell you. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. I love improv. I love written poetry. I love it. You guys are so awesome. That was hilarious. Ant monkeys sound terrifying. You said that, and I was just freaking out. I was like, what? Where?
It's like being inside of a vagina.
Oh, man. Anyway, Will, your time is now. Let's give it up for Will. Come on. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Guys, dude, seriously. Follow Gabriel. Anyway, I've been writing haikus
and I've picked a selection of them to read. I thought about reading them all, but it'll just be too long. Music tingling, high on a roof shingling, shade is my best friend. Kinda wanna go down to the river today. Fuck that, write poems. Despite my trying, I still always fail to be truly who I am. Smoke marijuana. Woo! Marijuana is the greatest 4-syllable word. There are people who hear but do not listen to the wisdom and light. People fucking suck. Dogs are way better people. Rex for president. Bursting skyward forth, the deep bass tingles my ears. I love chill music. Last haiku on the page. Better make it worth it, man. No sopranos, cut off mid.
That's awesome.
This is called My Inner Environmentalist. A plain brown lone feather adorns my sight, an omen it might be. Either way, sitting on the bank of the Willamette is the remedy. I call it nature therapy. Side note, every time I come to a new spot, I'm gonna bring plastic bags to pick up the garbage the fucking rot of the earth leave around. To my left, there's an empty 40 floating a few feet from the bank. I can't imagine why you live in such a beautiful place and fuck it up like that. Fuck you, you narrow neck litter bug fuck. Narrow neck. Narrow neck, of course, being a term for one who has not developed proper neck muscles from not having to hold up a brain his whole life. I know I quit rhyming, but I have great timing, and we're all smiling. So there's trash cans all along the trail, dipshit. I could take all your shit and build a statue with it, and we could all worship it for all the people who are fucking doing something about it. I'm over it, but let's all shout, pack it in, pack it out.
Pack it in.
Motherfucker. Let's see,
That's right.
All right, here we go. So I don't know what to call this. Drinking is bad. Alcohol is bad. Sitting alone at the bar, I sip rum and coke that's cool on my lips. The nirvana is short-lived. Drinking alone but surrounded, my depression founded in my brain, my awareness grounded for a moment to lovingly lament, temporarily descent back to my loop of self-hatred, net woven token tear funds. Spoken fear comes to fruition, submissive to the competition, the definition of insanity. Oh, the fucking humanity of trying to find a beauty to love this beast. Trying to change things I can't is my enemy, and that whole prayer never brought me much serenity. I may not be changing it, but it doesn't stop me from hating it and debating it. I'm here to make others' lives clear. My life is not for me, which sometimes feels like the goddess whoring my loving nature to those who need it more than I. But when I die, what percentage of things my love has done will matter to anyone? I can't keep living if I don't have any fun. Oh, shut the fuck up, Negative Nancy. It's morning now, sipping fancy pants coffee, smoking fine ganjawana and American Spirit Rolly. The responsibility to make yourself happy lies solely within yourself. If you can't make yourself happy, alcohol sure as the fuck won't.
That's right.
The first half of this poem should be reason enough not to drink, to not seek how much of my blood can be replaced with poison liquid. I used to be a sick kid, still am a bit, really. Rather silly, I know, but I still have a lot to learn. The leaves of my tree continue to grow.
Yeah.
Hashtag the struggle is real. Is it though? How much of what we know is actually fucking real? We inhale oxygen and exhale nitrogen effortlessly, but lest we seek to be more, the struggle is incessantly real, in the sense that the children of the sage are almost always forced into a cage that they are way too big for. I expel my energy to the Lord and Lady for those trapped to reach the semi-safety of being just a little more privy to what may or may not be actual reality. It's either a spell from extraterrestrials or the illusion of illumination. Either way, let's all be happy we're fucking here today, and that so many words rhyme with a hard E. But Carrie, oh shit, I did it again. That forward to tomorrow. Positivity kills sorrow. Giving back the energy you borrow to return threefold is a trade I can swallow. I can do without life occasionally dropping a metric shit ton of bullshit all over what I'm trying to do, but who wouldn't? You just wait for it to pass, take a long shower, wash your ass, and move the fuck on, because in the end, all that matters was how much you danced. So dance, star child, when no one hears the music, take the energy and use it through it, create the light that makes the world brighter. Be a lover, not a fighter, to the struggle that everyone claims is so real. The struggle is more like a seal over your third eye, keeping some so blind you could scream truth in their face and they wouldn't even see you. Staring constantly through to the darkness they perceive, choosing to believe as ignorance is chosen. Though Zen is better, much choose or have chosen for them the lesser. Ignorance that is bliss, the kiss of death, the last breath of awareness. The sheep fight the struggle and couldn't fucking care less. In my last poem, I wrote a series of haikus that are all one poem. This was my last little challenge here, and hopefully this falls still under my 8 minutes. It's 4:20 at Cush Cafe, iced mocha. You my only friend. To mend my woes post long bullshit fucking work day. Can't wait for the coast. Back to my hometown. Smell of salty air around, the trees call me home. To the place I roam freely and always will know the place I was born. I do kind of scorn this place, my feelings are torn. Seek meditation. The situation lives in new mental station, pain not mentioned. It's okay, truly. Given true notice duly, I miss my fucking fam. Yearn for the coast, ever permanent motion, explosion comes forth. Couple weeks away, the day I anticipate, butterflies flutter. Call from a bestie, hearts and chests beat as one under the same sun. The love I embrace, the challenges I have faced, leaving family, leaving rattled me. Battling my coastal shell, it has served me well. Patience comes and goes. My true self will always know that I will be home soon.
Yeah!
Oh, what did I do? Do I have time? I don't know what I'm
In 2 minutes, exactly.
Fallen.
Come on.
I wrote this on my phone and then transferred it to paper, so it must be worth something, right? Silly words of a poet that can flow it. Fuck, I dropped my phone. The phone, the iPhone watch shown yonder can bone itself. If the wealth of a nation were determined by its common sense and understanding, the gods should be demanding a refund. Cast asunder in the name of what is, or a refund, yeah. What is righteous. It might just be that we've lost our way. That is to say, some of this dissent could be chalked up to fate, though I think that that's a bit of a coward's way out. Man was given all the tools to create greatness, and the many, many people before us used the stages and pulpits the gods gave them and raised themselves up and created this pavement jungle, painted it either blue or red, depending on what he saw fit. The colors were so blinding to some only see the color. What I would really like to see is one day everyone wake up and just not give a fuck about politics, except for the politicians.
Oh no.
One day where the talking fucking soup puppets have all their Muppet fucking arguments, and for once
nobody listens to any of it and just thinks.
Thanks.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Let's see. How many poets do I have left? Ooh, I won't tell you. Jacob. Jacob, come up here. Woo! Come on. Come on now.
Brad's gonna laugh a lot, so don't tell him to shut up at all. Dismiss that. Okay. I want to tell the story about how heavy I was. I am so ready to break into my house doing anything but seeing word to la la dada. Not the new update is the great day to be a good day. Cedric, I want to tell the story about how heavy I was. I am so ready, red, rest, rebreath, 10 in seconds. Hail. Hold. Hail. To break into my house doing anything but seeing word to Lala, Dada, not the noon. Your mom and dad had sex. They made me when I have sex and made nothing, make no babies. I probably made nothing, and I remember tea. You can get them like the gumball machine, really elementary school. Back 20 to meme, while Ginoya, whoa, wow, machine more property. Now they are whimpering, don't try too hard, nice words, golden brown. Crest between nose and pick and eat for breakfast. Morbid as he is, baby girl. Proem, Jacob, booger on my finger, and I can't get it off. Babies come out to the stum water, into the water, into their water, in their water, in the water, in their water, in their water, in their water, in the water, the baby comes out of the stomach, the ocean guide your wah, yow, wound to the limb there, tit, mit, limit. How do you know how to, do you form this thing? We're trying to form a mess. Where to, when we think it's to go, or to where it is in two forms. This is a chemist, is realistic. Him is striking off, if off-headed, striking, here, my headed, fuck, piss, fuck, this, if off, dritch to trash, Allison on the midnight summer night's dream up here after CPR at the quinoa corn and quinoa pasta to the mirror rack. The Venice and the Mirac, Venice and Lorenzo, just who are the hell to tell me? You are more certainly called Genter, just to bellow. Enter Helio, Antonio, seen Dennis, seen going to center by Sony, up with Shylock, the Jehu Jews, on Hollow now, and Justin and the rest. Hey, how, hey, F off, it trash with Allison on the midnight summer night's dream up here after CPR on the quinoa corn, quinoa pasta, to the merchant of Venice, and Lorenzo. Just got who you are, tell me. And certainly called Genter, just below enter and Crockager, just Dennis Jen scene going to center by Sony. Up with the Shylock, the Jeju Jews on Hallow and the Destino, how to stay out of the gynecologist office by the feminist, by the cervical cysts on the cervix. Surgery brought Emily, the burning virgin, cross-section of the cervix showing frozen area polyps. Proudly, probably on the various veins in the cerebrix. I'm bleeding, the polarity massage, polarity uterus. The uterus not pregnant, 6 weeks, 8 to 9 weeks expanded to the 8 to 1, 1, 1, 1 to 1, 2, 1, 4 on 30. Head you, decucation, deducation. Ass, foot, Brishmiri. How do I say out? How do I stay out of the gynecologist's office, by the feminist, by the cervical cysts, by the Curox surgery, by the burning virgin cross sections of the cervix, slowing frozen area polyps, probably up the venous veins in the cerebrix. I'm bleeding. Bleeding the polarity, massage, polarity, uterus, not pregnant, 6 weeks, 8 to 9 weeks. Expanded 8 to 1,111 to 1,214 on 30ism. Does he find it? Tell me that you had no to say. Read me that you never said a word about it. Shrugged, went quiet. The CPA a bit. Did I ever tell you about my dad? Did I ever tell you about the understanding I was saying? I am as hander understanding. I had a new way. I wasn't biting. I wasn't I. Wasn't that right? That's right, buddy. Didn't know you were he did. I am not it through the moment. Mercury refers to black and sexual peccadillos. Wasn't that right? That's right, buddy. Didn't know you were he did he. I'm not in through the moment. Mercury refers back and reading. Sa volcano, frozen like the ice caps, frozen onto ice caps, glaciers and ice caps, melting glaciers, and ice caps contain less of mountain. Glaciers less of globe of the earth, and ice sheets appear to be, however, taken together. Observations of snow ice provide to Bermuda in European waters, Dane Groth, Pacific high water, high ecosystem are built up paleontology, the study of the past, too raw, dog in the random, like a rangelage, frozen, a wirrow, tethered texahedron, furidron, nemeth death, nen pain artist, pistol fibroctics in mine eyesight, I whatever saw vectored. Look at that moth. Uh-oh, there's a moth. It's a moth that can't fly. 50 cents is 3 for $1 bullet. That the combi thriller, but the bullet do it. Butler did the bullet. Didn't Tony the butler did it with plastic. Who? Done with Michael to Michael difference. A few feet doesn't make it. I must tell you, Michael. Hey, it's no note saying you really want to really operate on the later. On the Robert said Claudia was sitting in the living room, set Michael's teasing. Nervously, Michael looking man, I'm Karma Reconnects, Free Saram, Samsara Saram, Master Batman, money sign. Michael, look man, how do you want to put it this? When you're done with all the work has to be done. When you want to go to work, evil has 9 numbers. Evil is the way. Evil traced its way back to the present day. Evil in the 9 numbers. Evil on the way, tracing back. How made to be. I'm not pissed off. A good turnout. I really raw dog random. How do I want to put this? When you're done with all the work has to be done. When you go to be played, it has to be played on this rack. Rack is era. Everybody on the lawn today for like 20 minutes. Oh, you are okay. I was. Oh, the no, you are. No, you were. The no, I was. Wait, we're going. Up to waiting on ruling on growing up, we are waiting for Mrs. Competition. Apple slices, slicing the competition attack in a while ago, but the fact I can see it. On a micro, fast as Wheeler, made for Hiplos, Terry Bruges Wheeler, tight assholes, moped forbearing, liked for tassel, bored of hearing, bone of hearing, resonator, match hoth hedrov, breast believer. Nightwave, the night train, brain, Fantawashad of brother, brov, requiem, yes, sweet enemy. Don't I know how the Who song goes? Can you really do that? I wish you could do that in the car. Maybe someday. Phone, weird soaker sister explained, big doctor, boy, baby girl, doctor, born tomorrow by the own good new two. Much impossible, IQ. Child doctor, he was good. Fucking smart, I'm wise, I'm peckling with it. It's the Lord above, my family, this house. My son sitting on the throne. I like talking. My mom calls me Anis, Asia. Are you Mistwork? How are you? I'm Euphoria.
Now that's performance art. Very interesting. It's like super crazy stuff. All right. Now let's give a warm round of applause for Anna.
Hey guys, feeling happy yet? You're gonna fuck yeah! Happy for Lita to smoke on. Thank you so much. So, taking this chemistry class, I have to take it every single day, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Not in the p.m. because that would suck, but some people wonder that. And I got a buddy that comes in with me so far every day, and he pretends to be a student. And he gives him a false name, and we have a good time laughing. When he said that false name, I was in my books. I didn't know what to do, and want to make a good impression on the teacher, you know. But I forgot about that, and we talked philosophy and all that good shit. I said, "Hey, dude," to my buddy that came with me these past 2 times. I said, "Hey, man, I think this is someone we can love too." Yeah. And that just kept on going and going until I got to this very podium, and I said, "Man, I love flowers because I am a flower child. As the daisy chain slips through my toes as I squish on those worms, and I become a worm in a garden in Durham. Miss hypodermis, that thing. I'm thinking about the epidermis, the underdermis, underwear, hair, man. I dye it everywhere, underwater, underwear. Swimsuits that we wear on the beaches in California, air, wear, tear. Goes to the second-hand store where you bore around with your parents and your parrots, and they rail in your mind, and then you decide that you want to like break free from the rest of the monuments. And so yeah, man, my mind may be out of this world, but hell, I know that. Thanks. Alright, still got time. I know we're having a great time because I can rhyme with time any day time. Come on a play date, we'll spend some rhymes together playing in the slime. I like to make mud pies when I rhyme. Any age, any gender, any genitalia, any sex. Austin Powers, I say yes, please. Thank you. Oh, jeez. What element are you right now? Were you hiccuping in the womb? Did you have fingernails yet? Were you about to be aborted? Oh man, talking about that real stuff. Time to tell your kids about it, man, because it's life and life is death, and if you're to die, and then it'll be, all I want to do is love, and no, I'm not suicidal, but I will appreciate death and life, and I tell that to my pillow every night, and yeah, I feel the love crawling from me, from a tree, from the ground, from those worms, every single song we sing, and from the tree, from the ground, every single song we sing, from the tree, from the ground, every single song we sing, from the tree and from the ground, every little dropling, from the tree, from the ground, comes a little seedling, from the seeds, from the ground, every day we wonder. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in my slumber.
All right, thank you. There's someone I'd like you guys to meet who happens to be performing. Come on up here, Bridget. My Bridget. This is my lovely girlfriend. So give her some,
There you go.
love and some
There you go.
attention.
On the list.
Yeah, I hope that didn't embarrass you too much. You know how to make me blush, that's for sure.
So this poem is about Measure 36. It happened back in 2006, so it's kind of an older poem. I actually read this to my school when I made it. I lived in Sweet Home, which was not really an open-minded town. I was basically the only bisexual woman, and so was my girlfriend, so that went well. It's called Love Poem. Love is a word that can go with a rhythm. It can flow to a beat. Love is a word that can break any heart or heal any wound. Love is a word that can burn down a building or send a good man to jail. Love is a word that can hold any feeling, sadness, anger, hope, or pain. Love is a word that can lift any spirit or pull a good woman into her grave. Love is a word that can make a big man fall to his knees and cry. If love is a word with so many complications, then who are you to say that a man can't love a man or a woman can't love a woman? Love is an uncontrollable thing. No one can stop it to what you prefer. So get used to the meaning of the word. Love is something that is there, something you can't change, even if you think it's wrong.
I love you. All right. Only 4 poets left. Yes. And one of them happens to be a newcomer. Come on up to the stage, Michelle. Enter through the poetry slot. Welcome.
Hello. So I wrote this when I was homeless, and anyway, I'll just read it. So, man on the corner, pieces in his eyes, obviously needing a helping hand. He simply smiles as I walk by. Calm and collected, he approached my side. Do you have a moment to share, without disgust or without disguise? Taken by his words, I sat down and pondered. Where do I start? And then I stuttered. You are well-traveled, I can easily see. Is this by chance or by choice brought by destiny? He sighed as he replied, the roads are hard and yes, I'm battered. I found myself on the streets, though not planned, I am not shattered. This is freedom, yes, lonely at times, stripped of belongings, but no worries to be defined. We sat for hours talking about our lives. He was so sharp, this came to my surprise. He showed me the world from his new perspective, defining possessions as our prisons, the pressures that create imperfections. Yeah. No way to ever be content, always having the best of the best of shit. I stood up and stretched, he blew my mind. He spoke of truths that I could not deny. I shook his hand as he softly spoke. I could see your pity when you think that I am broke. Don't assume that I'm destitute when I am now on my feet. I may be a wanderer, but this is just how I believe. You and I are not that different. We speak kindly to those we engage. You may have a house to call home, and this is just my resting place. We pass by one another. It's not our job to judge. Take time to know someone is a blessing I indulge. I then thanked him for his conversation. These words I won't take lightly. I walked in one direction, a sudden air goes by so slightly. I then take one last glance at the corner on the block. I see that he has vanished as though he's never stopped. Man on the corner, his lessons are wise. Stop to listen and you may just realize that there are many ways of living. There's many ways to sin. Don't believe all the labels that strip us from within.
Oh, wow. Don't believe all those labels. God damn it. Fuck yeah. All right. So want to know how many poets we have left?
How many?
Yeah, good job. You guys are smart. You pay attention. You're a good audience. You are a great audience. I love you guys. Thank you. All right. Come on up to the stage, Katie. Come on.
That's all I got.
Come on!
That's all I got. Come on, let's go. I bought this vest for you guys. It's my magic vest. Last week I came up here and I was rude and I pulled out a deck of cards and I said, "Hey, you guys want to see a magic trick?" And then I pulled out a poem and said, "Hi, I don't feel like doing one."
Yeah.
And I got in trouble for it, so I thought I would come back. And here I am. So I need. If I need a couple things from you guys. We're gonna use a little bit of audience participation if you don't mind. So this isn't this. We're gonna actually do a poem though, so don't worry, don't fret, don't be scared. There's a poem happening, and I know it's been a couple people since that one. I don't know your name yet, sir, but Jacob. I'm just joking. Anyway, 5 people up here, please. May I have 5? You can take your time. 5, you can fight for the stage. Line up over here, and I'll read a poem. I actually intended to come out here today. And if you would please tell me when I have 5 minutes left, just so I can make sure I finish.
5 minutes?
That's what she said. Okay. And,
Okay, hold on. 1 second.
So, as we have 5 people join us, give them all a round of applause, if you will. And I'm going to... All right. So, they're all up here? What time are we at right now, by the way?
Well, I'll tell you what. Once the thing officially starts, then you get time. How's that
Oh,
sound?
no, we don't need to do that. I was just
gonna
gonna read a quick
35.
poem.
You're done. You get like I don't know. This is like the final 3. Let's not complicate this. You get till 9:44.
They do call me complicated after all. So.
Yeah, Katie. All right.
All right. Well, then I can skip this. I'll just read this. This says, "Don't do, just be." So, what up, y'all? Anyway, you guys want to help me with the poem up here? Yeah? At least one of you does? Yeah, oh, you do that? Yeah. All right. And you guys want to help me with the poem? Yeah? Okay. So, what I need you guys to do, if you are willing, is I've gone through and I made an entire deck of cards and I wrote stuff on all of them. And there's one word on everything. So that's how we're going to assemble a poem. And we'll see if it works. So whenever you guys, everybody's going to have like a word that snaps out to them. Say stop whenever you feel like your word is there. I won't even watch. Just say stop. What? No. We're gonna select words from. We're going to, yes, one at a time. You first. Okay. We're going, whenever you feel like you need to say stop, say stop.
Stop.
Right there. Are you sure that's where you want to stop?
Yes.
That's your number 1. All right. Next. Say stop whenever you like, sir.
Stop.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what I was doing. I'm up here. I should be paying attention to myself. Anyway. Slower.
Stop.
Right there. Is that the spot you want to stop? Are you sure? Yeah. Take it. It's up to you. And anywhere that you like. Right there. Right, that one?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Keep it. You were number 2. You were number 3. Number 4. Can I get a stop, please?
Stop.
Right there. Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Take your card and you are number 4. And number 5. Yes. Is that a good spot for you? Yeah. And, ladies and gentlemen, one at a time, please come up here. Number 1, read your word.
Hello.
Say hello. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Number 2.
Show.
Let's go. Smile. All right. Style. Wait, you know what? We're not even gonna finish with yours. I feel like yours is a weird one, isn't it? That's so weird. I don't even know. All right, we'll see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got. He's gonna create it. Because I actually had assembled a poem beforehand, hoping that this would all fit together. You guys can check this out to make sure. So it's written. It is written in my cute little.
5 minutes.
Haha, thank you, sir. In my cute little notebook. These are the gaps. There's 5 gaps here. Emphasis on the word cards, which hopefully might match yours. Does it? It does. All right. So the poem I have prepared for you guys. Blank.
Hello.
And welcome to this sweet little
show.
We are brought here today to all smile. You're the perfect person to get that card, by the way. And if we may ask that you please would relax, we can all get inspired in style.
What? This is all written down.
What better way to spend the day than to hang up? Let's try this one more time. What better way to spend the day than to hang but with poems and some cards? That was the word I selected earlier. See, that's the only word written there. I mean, other than the other words, but no, let's just stop talking. Let's just stop talking. All right. What better way to spend the day than to hang but with poems and some cards? Which Pokemon, you ask, is thy passion unmasked? Well, my answer to you is
Charizard.
Give the audience participation. Help. Everybody, you are them. You give them all an applause. And give everybody up here an applause from the audience, please. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you. I mean, I could keep like going, but I feel like I've hit my max, so I'm gonna.
You got 3 minutes actually. That only took 2.
That's okay. You started me late anyway. This worked out. We're out of time.
Nah.
That was the
Back
quote.
to the original.
I don't have any more poem.
Everyone booed me.
I don't have any more poem magic. So I'm gonna pass the mic. Thank you. If you guys want to check the cards, I'll like leave them right there too. So, I have no use for them anymore.
All right. Well, that was interesting. That was really cool. I like the audience participation stuff. Oh yeah, and to whoever booed me, eat a dick. I love you. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for coming. I'm not serious when I say that. I'm just saying, don't boo the host. It's hard work. Man, give everyone love. I give y'all love. I need it too. Anyway, we have yet another newcomer. Come on up to the stage, Daniel. I may let some things slide, but the poetry slot. Welcome. Thank you, sir.
I was gonna be casual.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I usually hide behind a guitar, so I'm kind of nervous right now.
You rock,
I
man.
have great respect for you poets.
Don't
It's a lot of
hide.
pressure.
Do not hide.
So this one is in light of injustice, war, and inequality. This is a call for peace. Just found some shit in my journal. Too much anger, too much fear. There's a brother yelling over here. Too much anger, too much blame. Who among you can righteousness claim? Let's be real when we take our stand. Let respect reign throughout the land. Let's get on with this holy plan. Say a prayer of peace. Say, yes, we can. Yes, we can build a world based on love. Yes, we can, for it is all that we are made of. Yes, we can help the blind to see. Yes, we can, for it is the only way we will be free. Take a stand against injustice. Ring a bell. Shout aloud. But soon as the dust settles, you must come from under your shroud and face the light of judgment, does each and every one of us. Say a prayer for fair assessment, lest we lose each other's trust. Too much anger, too much fear, there's a brother yelling over here. Give reason a fair shake, it's better than another wake. Okay, so I wrote this today. God, who's going to love me now? Who's going to love me now that I've been used, abused, crude, and untrue? Who's going to love me now that I've cried, lied, died, only to rise and try again? Who's going to love me now with a stain on my face, bent out of shape, lost in the maze, curdled and crying? Who's going to make me fine? Who's going to hear what I've said, go where I've gone, feel my position? Who's got an ear to listen? Who's going to brave the grave for knowledge's sake and death's pre-production? For this life may be but a Broadway play, but these acts are emotions and it ain't no fake. Who's going to love me now? Who's going to hold the bow? Who's going to be around when the blue skies turn to gray? Maybe I'll just have to wait, or maybe there's another way today to feel crazy about living, infectious and forgiving, adjusting my mood like shopping for food. A wise man once said, do what makes you happy. That man was an alcoholic. I choose to do what makes me true, and I've fallen short many a time, and I've given up, but only for one night. Out of the blight that remains is remorse for living short of perfection. For selfishness' sake and glory to partake, I've gone from gold to gray, but here I pray that what once was can be again. But this time be more than a lonely little island, but a sea that's forgiving, and a love that's living, not just a monument to folly. Who's going to love me then? That depends on how well I can love without end. Alrighty, here's one more. I'm not your servant, I'm not your son. Talk to me again that way and nothing will I become to you. I'm not your prince, I'm not your problem. I'm not a home that you can call on. I'm not your hope, I'm not your joke. I'm not that letter that I wrote. I'm not the clothes that I wear, I'm not the oath that you swear. You don't own me and you cannot control me. I'm not your fallen angel or your star-spangled blanket. I'm not your lost youth or your innocence. I'm not the card that I didn't send you or the bond that I forgot to mend you. When I've gone, I'll remember you. I'm not a cross that I bear or the secrets I hide or suspicions from lifeless automatons. Leave it alone, it's not your bone to chew on. I've grown by now and I make it on my own by now. The soles of my shoes are all worn by now, so I guess I'll rest and maybe then you can catch up before I blow an eager load. I'm tired of judgment, I'm tired of people that have nothing, feeling they need to hold on to something. It's not my problem, not my solution, for their power is in overcoming the helplessness illusion. I'm not their clown or hippie, nor do I have all the answers for their family to take home on the holidays. I'm a maze of complexity, too much for you to handle, but love me, is it all it takes? Support my ideas and let me walk my way. I'm a king, a perfect being when I can have a smile on my face, just being, just doing something, not like the knot in my head from the whirlwind of dread that drops in when I'm away from myself.
Thank you. I commend you as well. I commend all of you. You know, I want to give a big round of applause to all of the poets here tonight. Nearly all of them. Thank you all for coming out. But wait, we have one more poet. And that poet would be Joshua.
Old school. This is called paper. Although I have read off the phone, I'm jiving you guys. Let's see what I got. I got a perfect one to end with. You'll love this later on. Now, a lot of you have been coming for a while, so theoretically you've heard everything I've written, but I forgot what I've read to you. So let's start with this one. It is the solstice, right? This is an ancient Druid lay written between 615 and 745 CE, and it goes like this. It is the summer solstice, the crowning of delight, the greatest day to sing and pray and share the Spirit's flight. And in this longest likeness, rejoice in sound and sight. This summer's day shall pass away, returning to the night. Woo! It's not actually an ancient druid lay. I wrote it. No, they're one of my faves. I just printed this one twice, didn't I? Okay. This is called Final Exam. It was originally called Film 1001. And it goes like this. We have taken the last 1,000,000 years and compressed them down into this little movie. Running time, 1 minute, 26 seconds. Let's take a look. There, that didn't take too long. Leaves a little dizzy, eh? Now, did you see yourself? I thought not. Your country? Not even a fleeting glimpse. How about your religion, your job, your politics? That wonderful drive in the mountains that reconciled the two of you to the bone before the next stumble. Yes, that does stand out. Do you remember your next breath? The first moment of every awakening? The moments between moments? I'm afraid you'll have to go back and take the course over. Take better notes this time. It helps. See you at the next final exam. I'll finish off with this one. This one is called Stop Writing Poetry. Stop writing poetry. Stop it. These scribbles on screens and sheets of crushed trees merely indicate the oscillation of air flowing past a particular piece of meat in the throat. Words say nothing. They are not the things or the idea. We are the idea of light. We are the hand that sings. We are the spirit of flight, the thing of things, running to arrive at where we already are. But in order to arrive, the journey must be made. There is no forward without a path, no words without breath, nor steps without feet. Breathe, make pathways, walk, travel wide, and write more poems.
Oh my goodness. Many, many, many words to live by on this grand night. I'd like to apologize for flipping y'all off earlier, but I love you guys. I love this. You make it happen. This is page 2 poetry here in the soul of the brain of Eugene, Oregon. Every Tuesday. I'm James Otter. You can find me on Facebook. I have a group for this. There's a YouTube feed that's happening right now. Every week. Every week. And yeah, that's all you should know. You know, get on your merry way. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See y'all next week.